Assalamu alaikum. How are you girls? Hoping you're fine and doing good. This is the second part of our topic CDA, Critical Discourse Analysis. I am Dr. Najia Almas, Assistant Professor in the Department of English. Let's start. How language shapes power and society. But first, we have to explore what is CDA. CDA is the abbreviation for Critical Discourse Analysis. Now, critical discourse analysis or CDA, it explores how language is used to create power and influence society. We have already discussed that in detail, that it is not only going to create power, but also going to influence power patterns, also going to influence society, as well as it is going to influence the policymakers also, and the opinion of the people. Secondly, it helps us to understand the hidden meanings in the texts, media, and speeches. For instance, when we talked about Barack Obama's speech, where he would say, "We can do it. All that matters to us." So he is going to use a collective pronoun. This is how he is including himself with his people, with his nation. He's not telling them that he's superior to them, but he is somebody from them. He is somebody who is with them. Similarly, that we talked about Abraham Lincoln's a government of the people, by the people, for the people, right? And when we talk about the hidden meanings, you must have known that figure of speech called fun. An ambassador is a person who lies abroad for the good of the country. Word lies. Here lies the pun. And this makes two meanings of this sentence, right? You must be familiar with another figure of speech, that is irony. Irony is something which is opposite to what is said. For instance, in Joseph Andrews, Henry Fielding's write that Parson Adams was a man with a handsome salary of £20 per annum and with a small family of 6 children and a wife. Definitely, 6 children and a wife is not a small family, as well as £20 per annum is not a very handsome amount. So, what is that is opposite to the reality, and we have to understand what is the hidden meaning here, right? You must remember that a story that actually the novel that was written by Jonathan Swift. The name of the novel is Gulliver's Travels, and in every passage you would find hidden meaning. There is upper the surface story and there is under the surface story, and always there is a hidden meaning in every passage, right? So critical discourse analysis finds out those hidden meanings in texts, medias, and speeches, and see that how it is going to create power or influence the society. And we have another example. For example, a news reporter says about a group of people that they are terrorists, make them violent. And if they say that these people are the freedom fighters and they are working and sacrificing towards the peace in the society, it makes them good people. So this depends on the word choice of the newscaster, and it influences the mind and opinion of the people, viewers. Why is it important? Language is powerful and it shapes opinions and beliefs. Just think of the example I of this newscaster, right? Words are not neutral. The way something is said affects how people think. Again, the group of these people, are they terrorists or they are freedom fighters? The way it would be said, the selection of words, the selection of phrases, the verbal expression, it would make them so, right? And what is the function of CDA? It helps us to think critically, and we learn to question the way the information is presented. We would think, okay, fine, are they the terrorists or they are the freedom fighters? What is the background story of this news, right? Then we have key scholars and practitioners. Um, in yesterday's lectures, we discussed that the origin of discourse analysis lies with Aristotle in his book Rhetoric, and in modern era there are a few important scholars who were the practitioners of discourse studies. The very first one is Michael Colt, 1926 till 1984. These are his dates. He focused on discourse as a system of knowledge and power, particularly in social institutions such as medicine, law, and politics. We have already discussed that. Then we have T. A. Von Dijk, a pioneer in critical discourse analysis, who explored that how discourse structures relate to social power and ideologies. Then we have Norman Fairclough. He developed CDA, emphasizing how language maintains and challenges power relations in society. We have Deborah Tannen, who is known for research on conversational discourse and gender differences in communication. We discussed that earlier also. We have John Searle, a philosopher of language who contributed to speech activity. That's very important. We are going to discuss that in detail later, explaining how language performs action, making promises or giving orders. This is also we have discussed already.